Amazing steel. Steel has been part of some of the greatest achievements in our history. It was the iron horse and rails that helped create a nation out of frontiers. It's the backbone of bridges, the skeleton of skyscrapers, the framework of our automobiles and appliances. It is the strength of our military and the steel in our electrical grid that powers our homes and businesses. It's the most engineered material on the planet and the most recycled material in the world. At steel's core is the North American steel industry and its work through the American Iron and Steel Institute. Through cutting-edge research, partnership building, and the strength of our presence in Washington, AISI and its members continue to drive innovation around the globe. Because progress has always relied upon the amazing versatility of steel. We asked this year's Institute Medal winner and finalists, along with our SMDI Lifetime Achievement, Industry Leadership Award winners, and retiring committee chairs, about their contributions to the steel industry, their thoughts on how far the steel industry has come, and where we're headed next.
The one thing that has really inspired me is that the sheer range of structures and properties that we can get in iron, which is the primary metal that we deal with in the steel industry. In its purest form, iron is one of the softest, most malleable materials known to man. On the other hand, certain forms of iron can be among the strongest materials known to man. And there's been no end to the advancement in technologies that we can make with this material.
So I chose the steel industry as a metallurgist because if we look at the range of steel properties that's possible and the complexity of steel, there's really endless opportunities to engineer and design new grades, new challenges, and new applications.
We set up the goal of this project to understand the science behind the next generation advanced high-strength steel, possess the unique feature of ultra-high strength and good formability. We can take full advantage of the characteristics to better process and stamp advanced high-strength steel, and our customers can use this result to improve their stamping operations.
One of the turning points, I think, that really sent a chill down my spine was in July of 2011, when EPA and NHTSA announced their intention to raise fuel economy to 54.5 miles per gallon. And if the steel industry hadn't reinvented itself, then we probably wouldn't still be the predominant material used for auto body structures.
With the advent of advanced high-strength steels, that palette of materials that we could select from really blossomed. So you had a whole array of different strengths, materials that had different elongation properties, different spring-back properties. It probably made the opportunity as well as the degree of difficulty in terms of optimizing a vehicle structure, I'd say 2 to 3 times more involved, but really opened a great opportunity for us to lightweight vehicles and optimize.
Modern mills have things like roll bending, roll shifting, and pair cross rolling to accomplish the right profile and the flatness or the waviness of the steel. In some of the older mills that we don't have these levers to pull, if you will, Yevgeny Nikitenko developed a model. And the model takes into account all the attributes that you can do to the steel strip to get the right profile and the correct flatness.
The steels that we are manufacturing today were not even available 3 years, 5 years, or even 10 years ago. And what that means is that we are constantly focused on innovation. By publishing this paper, by sharing this knowledge with our peers in the steel industry, we want them to understand that the high-strength steels, they can still be very formable and ductile as the mild steel.
Construction Market Council for our company is really about how we can advance the material and steel and make steel the product of choice in construction. It's a very fragmented market. No one company on the steel side can change it on its own, and no one customer or association can move the needle. So it's all about collaboration.
Probably the one point where I kind of recognized that we were going the right direction was shortly after the wood industry started its big push to increase wood construction. One of their folks told me that they modeled their whole approach to the market based on how we had approached the market. And they were kind of copying us, which I thought was an interesting compliment in the whole situation and a statement about our effectiveness.
One of the things that's important to me with respect to the steel industry is the work that we're doing with Washington to make sure that we keep a level playing field and are able to compete within the steel industry on a fair basis.
Steel industry is vital to our country's future. It's critical to providing jobs that have family-sustaining wages and benefits. The majority of our advocacy work is focused on trade issues. We do that to make sure that we can continue to keep our operations running, and always at the back of our minds when we're advocating for policies are those workers and the fact that they rely on having that job to go to each and every day to support their family and the communities where we have operations.